Hello and welcome to episode 3 of Cook at Home. Today we are going to be making a vegetable stir fry. So as always with our recipes, I sent you a recipe pack, but you do not need to have the exact list of ingredients. Use whatever you have available in your house, and if you need any advice or help, please get in touch. Now let's start off by looking at what we have here. I've prepared some of the vegetables already. As you'll see in the recipe pack, it tells you which way to prepare them. I'm going to talk you through some of the ways that we've prepared some of the vegetables which you may not be able to do yourself without a little bit of guidance. So peppers here, I've just sliced them. They're fairly thinly, but they're not going to cook. None of this veg is going to cook for too long. So the important thing is to make sure that you prepare it in a way that it's going to cook evenly and quickly, and a way that you're comfortable to eat it in. So cabbage here we have some kale, some green beans. These beans have been chopped maybe into 3 or 4 pieces. These are only going to be cooked for about a minute or 2 as well. So we want them to have a crunch, but we don't want too much bean to be raw at the same time. Spring onion, coriander, these we're going to chop right at the end and we're going to put on top of our noodles. Now the recipe is for noodles or rice. We have rice noodles here. So these have been pre-cooked. I pre-boiled these, left them in soaking water, in hot boiling water once it was turned off, for about 5 to 10 minutes. Now this is easily enough for 2 people once we add all the veg to it. If you want to add a few more portions, if you want to cook for some of your friends or family in your house, that's fine, just change the recipe accordingly. Rice is also good to use in this recipe, so are egg noodles, that's not a problem. So first things first, let's show you some of the veg prep. So we're going to do, first thing in the pan is going to be ginger, garlic and chili. So I'm going to grate these because it's quite easy to grate them. This is quite a sharp grater. If you want to, you could use a knife, finely slice them, up to you. But grating them, equally you can peel them. I think I wrote peeled, I haven't peeled it. I personally don't mind if it's a bit bittier from the peel, but up to you. You have to put a bit of oomph into it when you do the garlic, the ginger, sorry. It should start to come through. Now the reason I haven't turned my wok on just yet is because we want it to be nearly smoking. We want it to be quite hot, but it won't take long to get that heat. So we need to make sure that all your veg is prepared and you're ready to go before you turn on your pan. Okay, as always, a little bowl for your waste. You don't make a mess. See, that's a lot of ginger, but that's lovely. That's going to be really nice warmth to my stir fry. Garlic, 2 cloves of garlic is quite a nice amount. Again, just through the grater, or finely slice it, or you could use one of those garlic crushers if you have one of those. Whichever way you want to achieve, it's not a problem. Chili is optional. Chili is all up to you if you want spice. I've got a Scotch bonnet here, so that's going to be very, very hot. So I'm going to taste it. Well, I already have tasted it, which is always important. And I know that's quite hot. So if you're not a fan of spice, you can leave this bit out. You can just rub your finger on it if you want. Dab it on your tongue. That's quite hot. So that is more than enough without any seeds. That little bit there. So I'm just going to finely slice this up like this, and then I'm going to put it all together. I'm going to go the other way and just get it nice and small. Okay. So put that in a little, what would be good is to have all your veg prep in separate piles. So when we go to use it, we know where it all is. So that's that. Now onion can be sliced fairly finely. So through the middle, careful with your fingers, hold it either side, pull out your knife. Now I'm probably gonna slice it about that thickness, you know? So you want it to cook evenly and fairly fast, so it hasn't got to be super thin, but if it's super thin it will burn, but we don't want it to be really thick and clunky in your stir fry. So again with the other side, if it starts to wobble, just put it on the flat side so it don't hurt yourself. Okay, so that's my onion. That can go with the peppers. It's all going to be cooked together. Now carrot, this is going to be chopped into matchsticks, we say. So let's give it a little peel first. Just peel the ends off. Just go along. Peel this into your bowl. Okay, perfect. So I find it's always easier to chop this carrot in half first, okay? So in half first, and then we're gonna try and get 4 nice flat sides out of this, okay? So, just like this. When you get to the middle, it would be quite dangerous now to keep continuing that pattern. You might hit your finger. I find it's easier to turn it, do the same thing again. So now we're just chopping this into 2. So the knife can go in, carefully out the other side. And the same again with the other piece. So 1, 2, 1, 2, okay. And then with these flat bits we have here, we are now, see the thickness is quite nice, it's quite a nice thickness. We are going to chop it this way. So we're going to go along and chop it into thin matchsticks, okay? So this is how we're going to eat it. So if you wanted it to be thinner because you don't like crunchy carrot, then you could go thinner either way. That's not a problem. You could make them smaller like this maybe, so there's not as much surface when you eat it. It's not a big piece of carrot. It's entirely up to you. Or equally, you could leave it out and swap it. A radish could be a nice alternative to a carrot if you still want the crunch but haven't got a carrot. Now, once we've done all that, that's fine. It's equally, it'd be quite nice, you know, if you just had it at angles, something like, or down the middle. It all depends. If you have one of those nice, the cutters which give you the crinkle cut chips, something like that, that would be a cool thing to do with the carrot as well, to give you a different type of technique and flavour. Not flavour, sorry, look, I guess. So the cabbage, I'm going to show you how we've done the cabbage as well. So the cabbage has a stem through the middle. So the bigger leaves have really big stems. The smaller leaves towards the middle don't have big stems, but they're quite woody sometimes to eat. Simply remove them by running your knife either side, just like that. You can get rid of that. Same again for the other piece. Okay, get rid of that. Now, little technique. Layer them up, just like that, and then roll them, okay? Roll them. And then, a bit like when we have pasta, you got spaghetti, could be really thin, or we could have a thick one. I'm going to chop them about the width of maybe your finger, a child's finger, okay? So, about that. Those of you who came to the pasta class at school, you'll know this is like when we made our pasta. We're going to unravel them, and then we get these lovely ribbons of cabbage, okay? So that's how we can do that. The kale, I picked this kale this morning. It's baby kale. It's really small and tender. This doesn't need to be trimmed. So this, I would simply just fold it as it is, maybe chop it in half, and that's it, you know. So like I said, beans into 3. Those we're going to come back to. Now the pan, you can get your wok on the heat now. So we're going to start it on a high heat. Whilst the heat develops. Now we were looking for a small smoke. We're looking for a small smoke around the outside of the pan, but what we don't want to see is a large amount of smoke coming off. If you get to that, no problem, turn your heat off, put your pan at the back, wait for it to cool down, and then we can restart the process again and repeat it. So sauces, it's optional, but I have fish sauce. I think it gives a really nice flavour. It's quite a pungent smell, but you need a little bit. Soy sauce, that's a light salt soy sauce, or tamari sauce this actually is, because it's gluten free. And then 5 spice. Now 5 spice, don't go add in big amounts because it will go really claggy. So you can add almost less than a teaspoon and that'll be fine. I've also got some rapeseed oil, which I'm going to use in the pan when it starts to smoke anytime now. And I've got some water. We're going to add a little splash of water as we go along, just to, if the pan gets hot, to control the heat. Okay, so smoke's here. Turn that heat down a little bit of smoke. In with my oil, if I can get the lid off. Okay. And then first things first is chili, ginger and garlic. And then behind that, very quickly, we're going to go in with the onion and the carrot. Now, Move it around the pan. Don't want it to burn. If you're using slice, it might take longer, but because I grated it, it really does start to cook very quickly. We're looking for an aroma to reach us. So that for me is enough. By the time I've added all my carrot and pepper in. So let's go in with this. It's all quite fast movement now, you see. So let's get all that in. Okay. Make sure you coat that around the pan. Add a little splash of water now, just a splash, so nothing catches. You can work your pan, make sure you use the whole edge of the pan. All that heat is all around this pan, so make sure we get all that coated. The smell is fantastic now. If you've got any bits that are caught, just give them a little scratch off, they won't be burnt. Just give them a little scratch off, make sure all that is there. So I'm going to add my spice now. Like I said, just a little bit. It will look like it's gone a bit claggy, but we're going to add soy sauce, we're going to add noodles to this. Oh, excuse me. So don't worry, but the smell now is much nicer. Okay. So once that's all coated like it is, you're going to add your fish sauce and your soy sauce if you like. Okay. So fish sauce can go in. Okay. And now soy sauce. And then this soy sauce now will start to really pick up any of that excess garlic and chili and ginger that's left on the bottom of the pan. And you can coat it all in your veg. So that's looking really good. So give that 30 seconds. 30 seconds is more than enough. In that time, we are going to add in the cabbage. Oh, sorry, not the cabbage, the noodles. What I'm on about. We're going to add the noodles. So we want these noodles to pick up all of this soy sauce. So you see all this sauce is in there. These noodles now are going to be coated in this sauce. So these noodles will take on a lovely colour. You see, they're picking up all that flavour. And that spice that we added now is stretched out across all of this pan. So stir this around for about 30 seconds. Be careful not to sneeze. Sometimes the hot heat and the spice will go up your nose and you'll be sneezing. So if you do sneeze, just give your hands a little wash and then you'll be fine. Okay, keep that pan so the heat is still on max, but the noodles are cold, you see, so it's cooled down the pan. Now, that's not a problem. We're going to get that heat back in the pan. And now we're going to add the greens. So I'm going to add in my green beans, my cabbage, my kale, all going to go in. So the only thing you should have left now is your spring onion and your coriander. So that goes in. Because I like, and I think most of you should try it this way at least, for your greens to have a nice crunch on them. So you get that different layer of flavours and in your mouth with different sensations. I'm going to add a little splash of water. If you wanted, you could add a little splash more soy sauce, not a problem. You could equally, if you wanted, you could add a bit of like a chili sauce, like a sweet chili sauce. Anything like that would be just as nice. But you see now, look, this is all coming together. The cabbage, see how I'm working it around the pan. The cabbage is starting to melt in there, starting to break down almost, starting to wilt away. Now, I'm going to confidently leave that there just for like 30 seconds whilst I chop my spring onion and my coriander. Okay. So this is going to be our garnish. So spring onion, we want to chop it fairly finely. If you can go on the angle, you can go quite artsy if you want. Or you can go straight. Completely up to you. I'm going to go on the angle. I might not even need the whole spring onion, you know. You can keep that back for another lunch. Coriander. Depends how much you like. I'm going to add this in right at the last minute, because I want it to release that aroma. So I folded it up like we did with the cabbage. And then I'm just going along and I'm chopping it all up. I do not mind the stalks of my coriander being in there. I really don't. So if you come back over here, you see, it's all come together now really nicely, okay? Really nicely. So that's done. Off the heat, done. Now we can add that a little bit of the coriander, save a little bit for the top. Stir that through. And just smell the coriander now as it just warms through. It'll be delicious. Get yourself a serving bowl. Then come over here. Put that into your bowl. So this will easily feed more than one person. That's a very generous portion I've done there for myself. And then we can just top it with a bit more spring onion and a little bit more of your coriander, okay? And then that is the recipe for this week. If you want to eat it with chopsticks, you're more than happy to, you're more than welcome to. Now, again, send me your videos, send me your pictures of you doing them at home. I would love to see them. I'd love for everyone to share them together and we can see what we've all been up to. Enjoy your half term, enjoy cooking this recipe, and I'll see you again in a few weeks' time. See you later, bye-bye.